It's Wednesday, March 21st, 2007. Spring has sprung and you are watching The Ointment. I'm Steve Tatham and I'm as fresh as a spring shower. Our top story, a new poll of the Iraqi people taken by a consortium of news organizations including ABC, BBC, and USA Today concludes that things in Iraq suck. That's the bad news, but the good news is we've gotten very good at polling the Iraqi people. Wednesdays here on the show, we invite a special guest in the studio. Today we're very excited because we have an award-winning journalist. And you know, not a lot of award-winning journalism happens on The Ointment, so this is all new to us. He's also a radio and TV host. He has his own Air America show called Harrison on the Edge. Harrison, how you doing today?
Well, it's interesting. I was at the airport earlier today at LAX. I mean, it's America's second largest city. We have an extraordinarily huge airport. It would really be the template, apart from maybe O'Hare and JFK, of how things ought to work. And it occurred to me, really, the make-believe essence of airline security. For instance, like, if it's really so real, why are there ads in the buckets where you're putting your laptop? I mean, really. Not only that, let's say you get on the plane, right? Now, I'm handed a plastic knife, but I'm given a metal fork. Because you know, getting stabbed by a fork has no effect, right? And if you're in first class, you get cutlery, metal knives, right? And what's to stop you from, let's say, you want to fly, to New York from LA, you can go through duty free, or maybe to the Bahamas, or Canada, or somewhere, and you get an entire bottle of scotch, you unscrew the cap, stick a rag in it, you've now got a Molotov cocktail you can throw inside of the plane. So if you're in first class and you get metal knives, if you pay enough, you're not a terrorist. Which means that all of Dick Cheney's buddies who fly first class are not terrorists. Because if you have enough money, you're not one. But if you're poor, you're in the back with a plastic knife and a sharp metal fork. It's complete nonsense, just like much of the presidents and the vice presidents. I mean, what a scary, evil puckfist. What a blivet this guy is. You know what blivet is?
A blivet? I was just going to ask you what a blivet is.
It's an old French word. It comes from medieval days. And a blivet was a bag. It's actually, it's a bag of feculence.
That's good. Oh, that's a good word.
Cow's teeth, if you catch my drift. And you put 10 pounds of it in a 1 pound bag. Which means when it explodes, oh my. And so Dick Cheney, there he is. I mean, look at this guy. He flunked out of Yale. And this is stuff that the U.S. media simply doesn't report. You have to go to places like Toronto to find out about our vice president.
Or theointment.com.
Or particularly theointment.com,
right,
with a nice broadband connection,
right,
by the way.
Right.
And there you learn all kinds of things, like how he ended up laying cables on the side of the highway because he wasn't even employable to draw Slurpees. I mean, this guy is such a jackanapes, and everything he's done has been nothing but criminal, with which he happens to have a certain kind of excellence. So you see there's an organic flavor, a relationship, everyone from the former Rumsfeld all the way down, up, down, well, whichever direction it really is. So, all I can say is nothing.
Well, I appreciate your articulate rage.
You know, I've gone beyond rage. It's kind of a horseshoe. It's like when you have a parliament, you have the ultra-left on one side, but it's like a horseshoe. You come all the way around to the super zealous right, and they almost meet. And there's a gap like this. My rage has turned into kind of insane jollity at this point. I mean, I laugh myself to the point of enuresis where I have to change my sheets every night. You can sob or laugh. You know, door number 2 or 1. What are you going to do? But I would invite you to join us at goharrison.com. That's one word, as you can see up there. And the fancy graphic. That's nice. goharrison.com and join us as we continue our radio fun, frolic, mayhem, and merriment. Let me introduce you quickly to my producer tricks.
She's not doing
This is Linda Licious, our pitbull producer tricks, radio dominatrix, and Buddhist sex kitten. She's really the...
That was nice. I like that.
Power behind the show. And how about you, my friend? I know you're somewhere. It's nighttime there where you are?
Yes, it's late night here. It looks like a bright, shiny morning there, just rising and you're...
That's me. It's LA. We all get up at 6 p.m.
Well, thanks for coming in today, Harrison.
All right, my friend. Thanks for having me on.
We appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Harrison from Harrison on the Edge. And finally, we end today with some great news. A Boy Scout who was lost in the woods for more than 3 days has been found alive and healthy. When asked how he did it, he said, "Look, if a one-legged woman can dance with the stars, then this boy can find his way out of the woods." That's the Ointment for another day. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Steve Tatham, and that's news. We'll catch you tomorrow, everybody.